more than 30,000 people are dying every day from water disease. The ideal objective would be to bring clean water to everyone.
C'est des sociétés qui ont été créées il y a 150 ans, par des banquiers. C'est ça qui est important de savoir. C'est pas des sociétés philanthropiques, ces multinationales. Donc, le message aussi altermondialiste de ces multinationales est un langage vraiment scandaleux, parce que quand ils disent « c'est nous qui allons régler la misère du monde en matière d'accessibilité à l'eau », mais comment des actionnaires de Veolia peuvent attendre quelques 10 ou 15 ans pour qu'on amène de l'eau à des gens qui ne peuvent pas la payer? Ça ne les intéresse pas.
You cannot deliver the same amount of good quality water or healthcare or education or anything else to a population that needs it if you're also providing profit for your investors. It's just basic common sense.
People have the view that water is provided free from the heavens, from God. So why must you pay for water? But if you're going to receive water in a sustained way through pipes and taps, that there's a lot of money that has to go into that provision.
We are quite sympathetic to the fact that you have to run this city and you need money. But are you going to try and get this money out of people who cannot pay you at all?
One of the UN resolutions, the Millennium Goals, they want to reduce the number of people, the percentage of people without access to drinking water by half by the year 2015. But if you continue to provide drinking water using conventional methods, using centralized treated water piped to various locations, the cost becomes unaffordable because most of these rural people live in small settlements dispersed widely. So one must think of ways to do it outside the box, as the saying goes. Almost everybody in India has an experience with biologically contaminated water. In my case, I lost 5 of my cousins to diarrheal disease while I was growing up. I was just a child. It's only when I grew up and I had my own children that I had some appreciation of what a disaster it must have been for my aunts and uncles. The fact that ultraviolet light kills pathogens or bacteria in water has been known since 1920s. I came up with the idea to disinfect water with UV light in a way that is affordable because nobody else was doing it. It's something that should have been done and could have been done by many, many people much, much earlier, but it just wasn't. In this state of Andhra Pradesh, last year, 70,000 people died from dirty drinking water, despite official claims that, it's available within, 2 kilometers of walking distance. Tens of thousands of people in every state of India lose their lives to dirty drinking water.
ఈ వాటర్ హెల్త్ రాకముందు మేము ఈ బావిలో నీళ్లు చెరువులో నీళ్లు తీసుకొని తాగేవాళ్ళము. అవి త్రాగినప్పుడు మాకు చాలా డిసీజ్ కలరా అవి ఇవన్నీ వచ్చాయి.
The daily operation of the system can be taken care of by the local community. The price at which they buy the water from themselves provides enough revenue to employ the person who actually maintains the system, who is a local person. So it becomes a financially viable, self-sustaining model of how a community can pay for safe drinking water for people who have never had safe drinking water in their whole life.
ఈ రాకముందు చాలా ఇది చేసాం. తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు మేము ఇంటికి ఉత్తరాలు తాకెళ్తాం కదా, ప్రతి ఒక్కరు అప్పటికంటే ఈ వాటర్ తాగి నాకు హెల్త్ బాగుంటుంది.
రిజల్ట్ వచ్చేసరికి ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనుషులకు ఉపయోగపడి మనుషులు అంత ఆరోగ్యకరంగా ఉన్నప్పుడు మనకంటే ఇంకా తక్కువ జీవరాశులు, తక్కువ బ్రాండ్లు, అప్పుడు నూతు వాటర్ వాడి మెడిసిన్స్ వాడి ఆ మెడిసిన్స్ వాడినా మనకి అప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్క కోడికి వచ్చి ₹2 మెడిసిన్స్ వాడాలి. ఈ వాటర్ వల్ల వచ్చే డిసీజులు రాకుండా ఉన్నాయి అని చెప్పి మనకి పక్క.
The cost per person per year for having 10 liters of safe drinking water every day is just $2 per person per year. Even for people who make less than $1 a day, they can afford $2 per year. The number of people who actually benefit every day from this technology is about 300,000. In proportion to the number of people who need it, is really minuscule. We have a huge amount of distance to go. Historically, most of the funding provided by aid institutions has gone to poor countries but provided water only to the politically powerful and economically powerful sectors in those countries. Once they get their safe drinking water, their passion for providing safe drinking water for the rest of the country declines substantially. Essentially is that they have got what they wanted and the rest can live in slums and drink the water that they can get.
For the longest time, people have taken water for granted. Most people don't think about where their water comes from. They just turn on the tap and they expect it to be there. Those days are ending.
This notion that we'll have water forever is wrong. California is running out. It's got 20-some years of water. New Mexico's got 10, although they're building golf courses as fast as they can, so maybe they can whittle that down to 5. Arizona, Florida, even the Great Lakes now, there's huge new demand.
The Nile River doesn't reach its end. The Colorado River, the Yellow River in China, they, for the most part, don't flow anymore to the sea.
So this notion that somehow these problems are far away, get rid of that. Take it out of your head, delete that.
We're treating the water resources of the planet with contempt, which is just so stupid because we depend on them. We need water to live. We'll only survive for a day or two if we don't have water.
Scientists, through decades of study and millions of pieces of data, now recognize the fact that we're on the brink of the 6th great mass extinction ever to be experienced on the face of Earth. The 5th mass extinction was the dinosaur age.
You know those movies where there's the comet coming at the Earth and all of a sudden the governments of the world say, gee, our differences aren't so big anymore because we're about to all die? That's really where we are. There is